So this is a Mercedes version of what Elon Musk has been doing.
Okay.
And what I like about this is Mercedes is really committed to safety. And they had autonomous partial driving. They had lane assist that would keep you in the lane. They had cruise control that would keep you from getting too close.
Adaptive,
and then braking if something happened. But now Mercedes they're going full in, autonomous. They're doing level 2. They're shipping it with the S-Class cars this summer. It's going to be a 2018 car that ships mid-2017.
And how much of their recent urgency do you attribute to Elon's fantastic progress?
I hope a lot of it. Mercedes built the first cars. They built cars in the 1800s that were electric powered. So Mercedes was the Tesla ahead of its time.
Right.
However, when you're in a large company like
innovation
GM,
moves slow.
Yeah, you can't innovate, and then you worry about lawyers. And I think that Elon is disrupting the industry and saying, we're going to do this. We don't care what legislation or what states say.
Right.
And Mercedes giving the checkbox of approval is huge for the global.
So Elon was the first guy up the hill, and took a couple of arrows. People are saying like, hey, you're releasing this too early. But isn't the truth that if you're holding the steering wheel and you're paying attention and you use level 2, it's arguably, not arguably, it's definitively safer, isn't it?
Well, yes, but even on Mercedes, there was a hack where you could tape a soda can to the steering wheel to provide a little bit of drag that would seem like a hand. Well, now they're eliminating that need. Now, they put these little touch controllers on. Remember the IBM ThinkPads had that little nub in the middle?
Yeah.
That mouse?
Yeah, they called it all kinds of things. But it was the little red dot in the middle of the keypad.
Yep.
What'd they call it? Like
Trackpad.
Track mouse, whatever. It was
not trackpad. Track point.
Track point, yeah. It was cool.
So now the Mercedes steering wheel has those on each side of the wheel.
Okay.
One for the navigation screen and one for the heads-up display.
So sort of like having a mouse or something, a little joystick.
Yeah, but every so often you're going to have to rub that little nub in order to tell the car that you're alive and you're awake.
I'm going to leave it at that because we could have all kinds of interesting innuendos here. But the basic point here is they're playing catch-up, and the whole industry is moving quickly. And if you want to do something stupid to kill yourself, like tape a beer can to your steering wheel, or if you want to like ghost ride your car and ride on the top and use your foot as a steering, which people do on back roads, you can find inventive ways to kill yourself. Was there anything interesting with Mercedes other than that? It said they were doing some health and fitness stuff. What was that? Just marketing?
I don't even know health and fitness stuff. But
so anyway, here we go.
The next one is about Audi.
Audi.
And Audi has done the next generation of mobile communications to the car.
Okay.
And that's getting street sensor data pushed into the car computer.
Okay, explain what that means to get the street sensor data. They're going to put something in the road?
Yeah, exactly. Road sensors, stoplights will be able to communicate with the car. And what we've been looking for is a communication protocol that can go from car to car. I don't know if you saw the Tesla video last week where the Tesla vehicle image saw a car crash 2 cars ahead.
I did see that.
Is this amazing?
So and the reason it saw that was because one of the cars was just a little bit to the right and it saw just a sliver of it, or do you think it saw it through the windshield and the back windshield?
I think it saw it because of misaligned cars, right?
One car was just a little bit off to the right, and it saw that sliver of a car ahead of it and slammed on the brakes.
It's also tracking the car speeds via the video, the camera system.
Incredible.
So the Tesla put on its brakes even before the car in front of it put on its brakes.
Which is genius.
Right? So think about if the cars had a network.
No more pileups.
If the cars had the way to communicate with one another with radio waves can be fast as the speed of light, which is vision, but much more precise. So Audi doing this with the city of Las Vegas, they're getting sensor data from the roads, stoplight data, when it's turning red, when it's turning yellow, green, etc.
So the car will know, hey, it's going to turn yellow in 3 seconds, which means it's going to turn red in 5 seconds, or 4.5, or whatever it is.
So don't run it.
It will let you run it.
Or maybe it will, right?
Or maybe it will. Maybe we'll accelerate to make the light. Anything's possible.
That's right.
But it's not realistic that we're going to rip up all the roads in the world, is it?
Well, think about it. There's already sensors now that look for the magnetometers. They look for the mass of the vehicle. And if you ride a motorcycle, they're awful because when you're on a motorcycle over them, a lot of times the lights won't change for you because a motorcycle doesn't have enough metal mass for this electromagnet.
How many stoplights have those, do you think?
On major intersections, most do, because they're doing it based upon timing for the lights. So they can change the timing of someone's seat in a lane to make a turn.
Okay, but that's 1% of roadways.
Probably, yeah, whatever that number is. But this is important because we're finally getting cars that have a new communication platform. Think about what our laptops and Wi-Fi did for us, right? And LTE and Bluetooth, right? Yeah. So now the vehicles are going to have another communication path to talk to the environment.
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about a new product I've been using at my house and that I love. It's called Blue Apron. Yes, Blue Apron sends you a box with all the ingredients you need to make delicious food, to make a meal. It sounds a little weird at first, like, oh, they're going to send you a box with dinner in it. It's not pre-cooked meals. No. This is portioned out recipes with a beautiful card with exactly the right amount. And what I love about this is when we were making General Tso's chicken, which I never knew how to make General Tso's chicken, but that's one of my favorite dishes. In fact, when I go for Chinese food, it's probably the number one dish I order. That and the walnuts with the walnut shrimp. I love that. But anyway, back to General Tso's. It had all the different ingredients perfectly portioned out. So following the recipe was easy. Then we made Sicilian pizza. My daughter went crazy. She kept saying, Dad, you make the best pizza in the world. You're number one at making pizza. Again, the dough came prepackaged. Everything came with the perfect portion sizes, so it's affordable. There's a ton of variety. It's super flexible. It's easy, and they have a freshness guarantee. If you ever have any problems, they just solve your problems. You know how these direct-to-consumer products work. They have to make it work for consumers or else consumers leave or consumers don't tell their friend. So all they do is optimize to make it perfect and amazing and to delight you. And Blue Apron has been delightful for us in my household. And, they are very much into high-quality ingredients. That's what makes the difference. They have partnerships with 150 local farms, fisheries, and rancheries across the United States. Their seafood is all sourced sustainably, and those standards were developed with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Beef, chicken, pork are from responsibly raised animals. The produce is sourced from farms practicing regenerative farming. It's so easy. I know Jackie made the catfish and potato latkes, which are one of my favorite. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. So here's your call to action. Go ahead and get your first 3 meals free. Your first 3 meals free with shipping. Go to blueapron.com/twist. blueapron.com/twist. You are going to love it. It's just delicious and it's easy. And I would say it takes 2/3 of the agony out of making dinner. So the only part that's left is that 1/3 of delightful time of assembling the meal, making it fresh for your family. Takes 10, 20 minutes, whatever it is. But you take out that arduous hour of preparing the proper sizes and measuring things and going to the store. It is easy and delicious. It tastes great. And I'm being sincere here. Listen, I'm using it now, and I use it for 2 or 3 meals a week, and it's wonderful. My daughter loves it. She helps us pick what we're going to order, and then you have this beautiful card that explains to you, like somebody's really working on the recipes. So whoever's doing the recipes at Blue Apron, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. You really make it simple. That's what I love about it. It's so simple, so fresh, so easy. Go to blueapron.com/twist. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.